on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
To kick off.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Buccaneers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
70.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
Cougar 19.
They go play action here on first down. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there with an amazing diving catch. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Go! 60, 19, 5, go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Let's go now. Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The RPO will keep it himself. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go. Here we go.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play. And you look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that puts pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Broncos 3.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second and 7. Once more with Harvey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Broncos first
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
pickup. Brings up second and 7 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. And he's got this down to the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, back to Harvey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there.
That's crazy.
Second and 11. You look at this defense.
Like, as soon as I turned the mic on.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they
no.
were terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard
I'm not paying
line.
attention right now. I'm right now. Playing my Madden game.
Catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They'll try to run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Diggs going in motion right. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, second and goal. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are back within a score. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They give him a gain of 37. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw outside is complete on a diving effort. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reaccomplished the takeover. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Buffalo 18.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run straight ahead with Harden. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2nd and 5. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll try, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ronnie Hickman there charging in from the secondary to drop it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Drive last time out for this offense. You remember they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down and 6 now. Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That one goes for 8 yards.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Now a 2nd and 6. Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. That's going to be caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Now Ryland for the PAT. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Broncos 17.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes, it's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he's going to be stopped up quick. Just a yard up to the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. There goes a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And now an audible here into something else.
60 back, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, go!
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready, go! Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger! 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle!
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to thank the front office and the coaching staff. You got to be excited about what they've
We're in a volcano to test Finish Ultimate against tough burnt-on stage. Finish Ultimate breaks them down, cuts grease and boosts shine for the ultimate clean, even on the toughest days.
There it is, Lemu, the 50-yard line. Soon we'll be telling the whole stadium how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance.
The kickoff
To
unit
save
as they
people
run and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Serving up the best in women's pro volleyball. Love this hits different. Don't miss the game of the week. Austin versus Atlanta. Can Madison Skinner go in for the kill? Are you kidding? William Tia Jimerson and Atlanta shoved them.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they will play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys if they decide to take a shot.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught inside the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
52-73 Ridgeford Drive for a trench rescue ASAP.
They'll look to throw again. It's going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up on them because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. It'll It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in the second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marshawn Lloyd, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've got to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Maybe he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
He's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself.
Oh, my God.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. Now he breaks free. Pacheco with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into to the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. They'll look to throw. And the Broncos are able to make inroads here to that deficit. So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field. You're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. I'll give to Pacheco off the option. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 3rd and 10. And now they'll audible to something else. They're going to look to throw. Now a diving effort. 23 yards on the play. A run up the middle with Irving. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Yes, it was for me too at first.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And this is going to be another first down as he'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
My relationship with the Aggies was the most transformative of my life. Until now.
Extra point forthcoming.
I got one of the reasons that I'm so comfortable.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they can't bring it down. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these
or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Yeah, he takes this one down and flows all the way to the 30. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harvey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And he's going to go down just outside the 5, right around the 6-yard line. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, we'll move the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And they work this out past the 25. 153 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that point.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready?
They run out of the gun with Irving. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Proving to significantly reduce depression symptoms, more than an antidepressant alone.
Said Rexalti could provide a boost. For me, less depression meant enjoying the little things.
Elderly people with dementia-related psychosis have increased risk of death or stroke.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions, report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could a boost help you build on your progress?
Ask your doctor about
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Cardinal, go!
Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partners, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting
It's intercepted. Oh, some strong running. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing now. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap, but either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach, and now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. They're going to try and run. But he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two.
He's going to
Intercepted a third time. And the Bucs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 94 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Check the eagle. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 21 yards there on third down. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a fake on a jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Got it. Ready?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in. Touchdown. Sam Laporta for a 13-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are on their way to a 2-0 start. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense. defense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On third down, it's Lloyd. There he goes again. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 16-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a couple yards already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you go back and dissect it. So if you needed to get in some time, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. Yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Stalking, ignoring,
Here we go. Go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And
it's throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Tap to 60. Tap to 60.
after that,
Hot 70. Hot 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Basically all the terrible things and think what happened to someone, the worst thing natural happens to them.
18. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready?
They'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Simply but she insisted that I was being so that she could handle it. And 4 days later,
and this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain an 18-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. But he's not going to be able to get rid of it. He's going to be tackled behind the line. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. Second and long. Now back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference,
team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And to support you in this difficult time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's complete to his receiver, Gabbard. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on the 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go. Lloyd. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Got it. Ready?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Healthier hair without the $180 price tag. Strengthen roots. Fight breakage.
At Burger King, celebrities don't inspire our menu. You do. And you said you like steakhouse burgers.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon saying so long, everybody.
Don't miss the game of the week, Austin versus Atlanta. Are you next Wednesday at 8 on USA.
Drew McIntyre, you reek of envy. 3 stages of hell match.
Friday Night SmackDown.
We rebuke you, you fucking demon! Fuck you! Start expectation. Yeah, Wilson, you get her. On, you get him.
Thanks. That was getting annoying. LAFD, sir. Is your seatbelt jammed? Yeah. This crazy lady came out of nowhere.
That truck pulling through the red light. unconscious? No. But I might black out from the bridge.
Is your neck further down? Nope. Sir, I need to check your pupils. Sir?
I bet she was on her phone.
Oh, yeah.
You can see here where she totally smashed my grill.
Sir, I really need to examine you, especially because they seem very litigious. Sir?
Oh, here we are.
Wow. First he T-boned me, now he's TMZ.
Smile. Tell the camera why you did it.
Excuse me, you're the one who hit me.
Let the record show. This was not my fault.
Are you kidding? This is 100% your fault. That's your car, that's her car, and that's the tea that you boned. This is all your fault.
Whoa.
So if you kindly sit your ass down, I can check you for a head injury. Make sure you don't bleed out and die.
All right. Word.
What, you're going to give me a lecture on comportment?
No. Chance to cool off.
You mean a